Hello, today we're going to cover screen capture capability of AVSnap. AVSnap has a built-in screen capture across multiple monitors. The shortcut for screen capture is print screen key on your keyboard. When you press print screen key, you will have two lines or crosshairs that allow you to outline what you would like to capture. So I'm going to go ahead and escape for right now and delete what was captured, and just going to go over some of the settings that you need to do for proper screen capture. Let's go ahead and click on the page setup, and we're going to go to screen capture tab. On the screen capture tab, you have a path where we're going to save the files. It's going to be on my drive. And you also can save it to clipboard, AVSnap design page, or a disk. Many times when I work with AVSnap, I just remove the disk so it doesn't store it on the hard drive, but just puts it automatically into the AVSnap canvas. You can also decide the format, JPEG or bitmap. If you want high resolution images without any compression, you would select bitmap. If you want standard JPEG compression, you would select JPEG. You can also decide if you want to capture a cursor or capture image without the cursor. If I do some artistic work, I remove the cursor. But if I do tutorials, I put the cursor in. And finally, it tells you which file name it's going to use for the next screenshot. You can always reset it to 1, and it will start from 1. And typically, when I clear the directory where my screenshots go, I set it to 1. Right now, I'm going to mark to save it to disk at the same time. Hit apply, and we're ready to go. So I went to Google and typed in nature, and that's what I got. So we're going to try to capture this image right here. I'm going to click print screen. And I'm going to go to the end here and select it and let it go. And you can see that the image appears inside of AVSnap. I like to use a pixel mode when I do screen capture because it sets the image 1:1. It's easy to work with. But you can use it in any format. So let's go ahead and switch it to standard 8.5 by 11 landscape. And you can see the images here. The only difference is the zoom factor is 92%, okay? So if you want to do screen capture 100%, you would need to send to 100%. All right, so let's do a little bit more with this image, and we're going to try to capture a little bit more precise. If I press print screen, I get my cursors, and I also got the cursor here. So let's go ahead and escape it for a second. Print screen again. Once you're in this mode, you can also use arrow keys to move the cursor in precise position. Once you get into its precise position, hit enter, and then go to the next point. And you can also adjust the next point exactly where you want to go until it's perfectly adjusted. And then when you hit enter, the image will be captured. And that's done a lot for tutorials. For example, let me give you an example. If I want to capture that menu, I would press screen print, come back right here in the corner, and now I can use my keyboard to fine-tune exactly which portion I want to capture with the arrow keys. And then when I hit enter, I get my image right here. Okay, so for tutorials, you have a precision screen capture. For general purpose work, you have a regular screen capture. The print screen is the one that gives you the function for screen capture, and the files are set in the directory which you specified. Inside the directory, you will see all of your images, but you also will see a couple of images called last screenshot bitmap, or you may also have last screenshot JPEG. These images are used for situations when you have multiple AVSnaps open, so it keeps track which AVSnap is currently open and which needs to receive the image. So you can delete them, it's no problem, but if you keep them on, then you have a good track between two different instances, or if you have more than 2 instances of AVSnap. So again, going back here, if I double click on print page setup, Go to screen capture. That's where my all settings are. If you want to capture the cursor, click here, apply. And then when you press print screen, you can see the cursor stays in place. So you can now use precision capturing to select your area that you want to capture. And precision capturing is using the arrow keys. And now your image is captured. Now, once you capture the image, of course, let's go back to the image we had here. I'm going to go ahead and capture it quickly, like this. So here it is in AVSnap. Once you have the image, you can recapture it if you want to make it smaller, or you can also crop the image. So with cropping of the image, you will select the rectangle, draw a rectangle on the top of it, and sometimes I make it transparency to about 50% so I can see what's inside. And then I'm going to adjust this until I find the right place that I want to capture. So let's say I want to capture this type of image. Select both of them, right click, and select crop image. And now your image will be cropped. In some cases, you need to scale the image. You can scale the image just by grabbing the corner and moving image closer like this. Now, when you scale the image, you still have a large file, but the image just displayed smaller. So you can see right now we have 96 kilobytes, and it doesn't change as we adjust the image. But if you're only going to be using this small image, it's better to resample it to minimize the page size. So right-click on it, go to resample image, and now we went down to 13 kilobytes in the image. If that's the size of the image you're going to be using, there's no reason to make it any bigger than necessary. And resampling will set it to 300 dots per inch. So you should be in good shape for printing. And that's how you do screen capture in AVSnap.